We got turned away and then we went back.
Okay.
So,
And we talked to them.
Yeah, that's what I said. Obviously.
Do you guys not remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's Sorcerer What's-His-Face.
So, Sai just...
Hamish, it's Hamish. I remembered this time. As soon as you said it, I was like, that's the one. Like, he definitely introduced himself last time. I just don't remember.
So, Sai, all of a sudden, kind of, like, he went from having, like, facial expressions to, like, a blank and a confused and then a slightly pained look and started kind of thrashing and just started walking away.
Sai.
Did he go stupid?
I mean...
More stupid than usual?
I've never seen him like this, actually.
Should we stop him? Follow him? Should we do something?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him. You guys don't have to. Feel free to go do your thing, but I have to follow him.
No, I'll follow.
Alright, this is the thing that I thought I was gonna do at the end of the episode last week. Gonna cast Dispel Magic.
Okay.
On him.
What level?
It's still level 3.
Okay.
If you want me to.
Yeah, I better.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on a target, make an ability check using the spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends. So that would be on me to roll that.
To roll wisdom check.
Oh, right.
I believe that it will have no effect.
So is it higher or lower than 3rd level?
It's
Or it's not a spell?
It's not a spell.
Okay. Well, we know that much so far. Whoop. That didn't work.
What was that?
I just tried to dispel any sort of magic that might be affecting him. So...
Enna's like darted off after him.
Yeah, he's right now. Sai
is he
just.
booking it? Or
He's very similar to the person that bumped into Wick at the end. Just kind of just pushing through people that are mid talk, just going straight through them, and then like he'll just turn a direction, just like jut to the left and just like bump into somebody or just it.
So I do that thing that people do when somebody's like drunk or upset or whatever, and they're like sorry, like like behind them or whatever. But I'm on him, like I'm tailing him. And
okay.
I'm following pretty close behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me that too.
And like
sure
I'm at this point like relatively unresponsive to you talking. Like I'm just like I'm focused.
Okay.
Just following.
All right. How long do you guys follow before he goes and 20 minutes or so, and it's not like he's going to one spot. He's going over here, and then he's going over there.
Yeah.
Very sporadic.
Should we like grab him and tie him up or something? I can grab him. Maybe.
I feel like he doesn't want to be tied down. Like that's if there's one thing I know about him, it's that he does not want to be in chains or tied
Afraid
down.
of commitment?
Not necessarily relationship-y, but I mean, yes. If you thought I was weird about
getting
mine,
married.
yeah, not getting married, just reviewing, whatever. It keeps going.
Pain.
Maybe he's hurt. Could you?
I will try casting Cure Wounds on him at 1st level.
Okay. You go in and touch him, and you see the divine energy flow through your hand and go over him. Briefly pauses, but nothing. And he's just like, pain.
I don't know if that did anything either.
Are you sure he's just kind of wandering. We should probably stop him and bring him somewhere.
Yeah.
try to grab Sai.
Sure. Do a strength check. I believe size -2.
Yep. He is the same as everyone else.
21. Not everyone else.
That's a 9.
Apart from you.
You can grab him and restrain him. He's struggling. Like, I mean, it's like kind of like child's play to you. You're like, oh, you're struggling. It's cute.
It's really cute too because 3 foot something. No, he's just like, nope.
Like he still has full use of his arms.
Yeah, he just can't go
His
forward.
legs are grabbed.
Okay, what are we doing? Because I can't keep him held forever.
I want to
Fines.
look at him and I want to look into his eyes and make sure that like, do they look glossy or anything like that?
Give me a perception check. See how much you pick up on the details.
That's not too bad. Perception. It's gonna be 15.
15. They don't look like glossed over, but they look a little like dazed. Like, I mean, you've seen Side drunk, similar-ish to that, but not quite. It's a little bit like that, but different.
Okay.
Can't really peg it.
I'm still just holding.
Yeah, I thought he's just waving his arms, trying to move, but he can't.
Where? We need to put him somewhere safe. I'll watch him. I don't care, but.
I mean, I hate to say it, because this is not going to make my family feel any better about this, but my place is safe.
What time of day is it?
It's mid-morning?
I thought so.
Afternoon? Because we went to the... I think it was
no,
pretty much
you guys were going... You guys were going... He was coming back from his dinner with Tongfa. And then you guys got back? Or did you rest
then? No,
then?
because we rested. Because we also then went to talk to the guild guy, and he's like, we have to go verify what you said. And then we're like, so we're still in town for another day or so anyways.
Right, but that was earlier the previous day.
Nope.
No.
Because Anna didn't... Because Tongfa stole from me.
And we went to go get it back.
Right, but
anyway,
the place was closed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So we went back the next morning. So it's
and
like
we actually talked to him. So it's
morning or midday.
It's yeah.
Probably.
Okay, yeah.
But are we near like an inn or that nearby?
Wick could bring you to the closest inn.
Can you take us to an inn that will not ask questions?
Sure.
Shadier the better.
You don't want to just go to my place?
Your parents will ask questions, and I don't know what he's gonna do.
I was thinking we were gonna possibly bring him into the library, but I mean, it's
I think he'd make
midday.
a mess.
Possibly, but if we could bring him to a place that's safe, that also may not have your parents around to ask questions.
Yeah.
Well, how shady are we thinking?
Place that won't ask questions. So, honestly, probably the place where Tongfa's been hanging out is a pretty good option.
Except do we want Tongfa to see him like
Not
this?
really.
Exactly.
Somewhere in that vein, though, would be great.
Are there any...
I mean, there's an area, and you know there are plenty of...
We've been in that area a lot recently, too.
You would know.
Yeah.
Like, you would have walked by. You guys were at the unnamed bar, but there were a couple other inns in the area.
Is there an inn in the area around the store with the dark magic stuff? Because that seems like a pretty shady area.
None of you would know about it. You could go there
so,
and look.
I didn't see anything when I was over there?
I mean, you did, but you're like, that could be a tavern, it could be an inn. You're not exactly sure, but...
Sure.
Give me a perception check for the details you picked up while you were walking.
4. No.
Maybe not.
There's a spot of town that I know my parents would never go to. I don't know if there's any place to stay there, though.
Where can we get quickly that has... Basically, we have plenty of money to buy a room for a couple days to, like, put him in our own drunk tank.
Are we close to Lowtown?
You guys were looking around.
I thought
we were
we
looking
were
around, like, the
looking around
nicer
my
part of
area
Lowtown.
for
Right.
We were headed to the nicer part of Lowtown, I
Yeah.
think, like
Yeah.
in Border land.
You
I'll
guys
just-
are in the
I'll just
northern
lead
part of
somewhere.
Lowtown, and
I'll just lead somewhere that I know there's a.
yeah, you guys can just find a generic inn
Yeah,
somewhere
sure.
in Lowtown.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I go up and I drop.
Oh, what can I do for you?
How much is a room for a night here?
Is it just you?
Um,
What did you guys do?
I mean, guess I'm dragging.
They're probably
side-
behind me.
Yeah.
So how much is a room for the night?
For you or your lot?
Just tell me the price.
Yeah, it'll depend on who's with you.
Come on, give me the high range. I don't care.
25 silver.
Okay. I take out 5 gold and I give it to him and I say, this one's probably going to make some noise. There's something wrong with him. Maybe he's drunk.
Say
I don't
no
know.
more.
Don't ask questions. There's more where this came from if you keep it quiet. And keep our
Keep
room
what
for
quiet?
us. Awesome. Come on, guys. Let's go.
I will bring Sai up to the room.
Just give me another strength check. Just one more. Oh my.
11.
That's a 17.
Oh,
He's gonna break out as you guys are walking and just start kind of like clambering towards the door.
I will dart after him and try and I just want to like fall on
him.
top. Yeah, like fall on top of him.
Ungracefully tackle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just slow him down enough.
Sure. Give me athletics or acrobatics.
Oh,
Yes.
see, I didn't even get to add that. That would have been nice.
Well,
She's
it's a 12.
He rolled a 12, so that will be a success. You both fall prone on the ground.
Lick!
Alright, give me athletics for this one because he's on the ground, or strength, your choice, at advantage.
Oh, at advantage.
Yep.
Come on,
Pretty
add
good
20.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17 plus 5.
Yeah, you got him.
Even at a net 20,
You
you
got
got
a
it.
7. It's like his arms are now.
Let's get him up there right now, and then we can
Drag.
lock the door and keep him in there.
I'm just gonna grab his hands and just kind of do that.
Alright.
Aw, cute.
We'll get him up into their room. Do we go in?
You guys
I'm
can
going
come in
in.
if you want. I'm gonna hang out with him in here.
I'm going to, like, are we gonna set him up on the bed, or
I'm sure he'll wander around.
I'm gonna get into his face again and like just smack him on the cheeks so that he stays in between my hands.
He's trying to.
You're using words. Say words to describe what's going on.
I lock the door.
Okay.
Behind us.
Pain. Lines.
Paper.
Wick's already writing it
Give him the paper to draw.
He can't even get the. He kind of grabs it like a 5-year-old would for the first time. Just kind of like. It just makes a bunch of garbage on the paper.
That wasn't helpful.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Lines. We've heard that before.
When?
What?
It was an alien, and I've heard it a couple times here since we came here.
What are you talking about?
The people who've bumped into us a couple of times.
Oh, the one that like tried to steal from you?
I don't think he was trying to steal from me.
Was I there for that? I can't remember if
We
I was
all
in
were.
town yet.
Yeah.
That was after I got to
Oh,
town?
the
The first one.
yeah, in Alien we
Yeah.
all were there.
Yeah, in Alien, yeah, but you said here. Huh. That's weird. Look, you guys, you don't have to hang out with him while he's like this. I figured I'd just hang out in here with him until he calmed down. But you don't have to stay here.
You're saying pain. Where's the pain? Head. Okay. Headache? lines. In your head, of course.
Do
Okay.
they point to anything? The lines?
Pain lines.
Your head.
Pain.
Where are you going?
He doesn't have a response.
I would like to make a medicine check. See if I've ever seen anything like this before. It's not like a specialty, but well, that's an 8.
I've seen drunk people, you've
totally
seen homeless,
foreign.
crazy people. I mean, you don't get any ideas from his behavior.
Have you guys ever seen anything like this before?
I mean, just kind of the people who recently. But
Did we run into them in certain places?
low areas. We ran into the one in Ilion after the fight.
After the fight?
Or around the fight. It was. I'm a little fuzzy on that. And then they've all been kind of in the low town here.
Have they all been beggars, or have they all been acting like beggars?
I don't know how much of it is an act, but they've all seemed poor.
And now, sorry. So that's...
After that guy bumped into him. Me. Him. Oh.
He starts crawling. He goes towards the door, unless one of you is still holding him.
Well,
In the
No, but the door's locked, so.
He's just gonna go to the door.
I'll go, like, lean against the door and kind of, like, push him away. Sorry, buddy.
Pain.
Can we put him to sleep at all? I don't have that spell, but I know it's a spell.
Yeah, I don't either.
The only way that I could think of would be to knock him out.
No.
But he also
It would be satisfying.
he also
but-
might have information that we need.
Well, right now we're getting 3 words out of him.
Yep. And that's what I'm trying to figure out, is trying to get...
Head pain lines. That's so pretty. I want to do more research, but I don't want to leave you here with him.
Go do research. It doesn't seem like there's much that we can do here with him other than keep him from hurting himself or somebody else.
He seems to have relaxed a little bit. You can tell he's still in pain, but he's not like thrashing and moving erratically. He's just kind of like he was like trying to get past you, and he just kind of like sat on the ground and is just looking like defeated.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'll
Go
come-
see what you can find out. There's no need to have everybody here.
I'll come back as soon as I can. Hopefully with good information.
Sounds great. Belchard, you're welcome to go too.
I'll go.
Okay.
I would like to head into Lower Town and see if I can find anybody else acting like this.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
And I'm just gonna like sit against the door unless he does anything.
8.
He tries to follow them, but don't really let him.
Yeah.
But he overall kind of mellows out a bit.
Okay.
You can tell he's in pain because you've been traveling with him for a long time, but
Sure.
he doesn't look like himself, but
Okay.
he's not thrashing and stuff. In 8, it probably takes you about an hour.
Okay. But I find somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the person who ran into us or just somebody else?
Give me another perception check.
15. That's better. there?
Yeah, it looks like the guy who bumped into you earlier that you grabbed.
And he's looking just like the same. He hasn't changed.
Just like kind of walking around, like just real. He's like, he looks a little bit more like. With that perceptual, he looks a little bit more like he's intentionally bumping into people.
I'm gonna get in his way.
Okay. If you get in his way, he's just gonna like just be wandering around and just bump into you, a little rough. Not enough to knock you over or anything, especially if you're.
Excuse me.
Lines and numbers.
Oh, new words.
And then he just bumps past. He doesn't even acknowledge you.
I said where? To the guy.
He's not paying any attention to you. Just continues walking.
I'll step in his way.
He just starts like
Yeah,
bumping into you and then
do the same thing I did to Sai. The clap on the cheeks and where?
Okay, give me opposing strength checks.
You wanted that, didn't you? That's gonna be a 5.
You go to do that and he just like pushes with his mind, just kind of knocks you to the side and just and he starts getting like quite agitated and a little bit angry. He starts swinging pretty hard.
I grab him. I reach up and grab his hands to try and stop.
Give me a check. Okay. Well, with that roll, I think you have it.
Am I using just strength or athletics?
Do your strength for that.
12.
Yeah, you can grab his arms.
Where are the lines and the numbers?
Lines, numbers,
We're trying to help.
pain.
Okay, that's a word we've already heard before. Anything new words?
Go.
That's also a word.
Let me
Ooh, sentences.
go. And he's trying to pull away.
I'm gonna let him go and follow him.
Okay. He rips out and just kind of like stumbles a couple feet, just kind of like just aggressively walking and swinging and moving and like just he actually completely knocks one person over. Like, hey, what the heck, man? And he just ignores him and keeps going.
I'm gonna keep following him.
Okay. For how long?
Until we cross paths with somebody else acting weird.
Okay, sure. You follow him for probably about 20 minutes or so. He's more aggressive than Sai was. Like, there's a reason he probably bumped into you. It seems like he's doing it a little bit intentionally, running into people. But you see another person just kind of like walking around, looks a lot more drunk than. Actually, give me a perception. I should have done that first. You can do that too if you want. Or tell me what you're looking for.
I'm also like, whenever he bumps into somebody, I'm kind of like watching them for a second to see if they start acting weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I was pretty much just going to be following the guy and, looking to see if there was if we were going any specific direction or if we were just kind of wandering around aimlessly.
Okay. Just give me an investigation.
That's a net one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know the city.
I mean, he's walking down this road and then that road and then this road. He's right there though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll let you know where he is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to notice he's intentionally kind of running into people, but he doesn't seem like it doesn't look like he's picking anybody's pockets. He seems genuinely a little bit insane.
Yeah.
But you see another person. Similar, like just kind of like mumbling to himself, like he walks by and the other guy bumps into him and he keeps walking a little bit. Like if you weren't paying attention to this, you'd just think it's a drunk dude.
I think I would at that moment like turn off and start following that guy.
So
he's not helping us.
Okay. I'm gonna like turn around but like watch the other guy just like.
You can follow him if you want. I'm following this guy.
Relinquish that. It's like, all right, we'll go.
So this guy's kind of just like wandering around, like stumbling and like muttering to himself, but it's really quiet. So you're gonna have to get up.
Yeah, I will get as close as I can.
Okay. Then give me a perception check. It's just you get up close, kind of listen. You just like talking.
8.
I mean, you catch a few words. It sounds like he's like saying things, but as you get closer, you just hear.
Nope, I think I heard lines.
And it's like a whole bunch of like just noises that seem like he could be talking, but aren't. But you hear a few words and like pain and lines and wrong. And there's help.
Ooh,
there's,
words.
So, I'm going to.
Help! He wants help. We can help.
I'm going to. I assume that's not a language I know. I assume it's probably not a language, but Valcher doesn't know that. So, Valcher's going to try and cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
To see if he can understand if that's any language that.
Yeah, true.
Let's just look at what Comprehend Languages does real quick. Just in case.
For the duration, you understand. How I can just click on it. You understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes about 1 minute to read one page of the text.
Okay.
It is one action casting time.
So basically, you're able. You hear his words a little bit like what I did. I kind of emphasize the words just for so people watching can hear it.
Yep.
But you're able to like hear the words from the jumble, and it's very distinct to you because of the Comprehend Languages spell. So you're able to pick out those few words quite easily.
Okay. Also, as just a note, the spell does not decode secret messages in text or a glyph, such as an arcane sigil, that isn't part of a written language. So,
okay.
If there was any code to that, that would have gone through.
Okay. Good.
He asked for help. We can help you. We can help.
I'm going to step in front of him.
You guys actually notice that his eyes have been closed this entire time. He's just going. People usually move out of the way because he's slow enough, and just. So you go in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you do?
And I'm just gonna stand there. And so basically, to hopefully have him run into me.
Yeah, he'll like slowly bump into you, and then start like turning.
Does he acknowledge me at all?
We had more words out of him.
Yeah.
But not helpful ones.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this is some sort of like curse or something? I mean, or a very high level spell.
When I tried to dispel it, it didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe there could be a very powerful one, but...
The guy's starting to walk around the corner.
Yeah.
In case you
I'm letting him go.
Okay. You actually notice another one. Another slow-moving guy kind of coming up and slowly makes his way around. Now that you're actually looking, it's like... It's actually a good number of people with this. Like, if you weren't... I mean, you just assume, like, drunk people, you know, that's a thing in towns, especially a low town, but... They're not drunk.
Where was Sai when this started happening?
With us.
But I remember he fell. I don't know where that was.
Would I remember
You
where
guys
that
would
was?
know where that was.
Yeah, I would go back there.
You guys would have made a mental note. I think it would have.
I would go back there.
Based on how my one perception, I assume I'm lost.
You just don't you don't know really where he was going. I mean, you know the general layout of the city though.
Okay.
You're like, we weren't here, but we were closer to Wick's home, and you know, like a city you've been in once. You're like, that direction.
I have a general direction of like that's north.
Right.
I would go back to where this happened.
Okay.
And start looking around.
Same.
I guess you can both give me voucher. Give it to me at disadvantage.
Cool.
Just give me an intelligence check.
Oh!
Ouch.
Oh, I'm happy about this.
Well, that's not too bad. It's a natural 12 and 13. So a 12 would be at disadvantage.
19.
Working together, mostly one side, you're able to find where you guys were.
Yeah, I'd like to look around and see if there's anything.
Perception check. What are you doing?
Same. I was going to look around.
Okay.
You're
like, I'm so good at perception.
12.
I think Valtron and I might have the same, +5.
It was perception, right?
Yep.
14.
Yeah, Valchar, working together, you guys are able to kind of look around. Valchar is just notice, like, he's like, what's that? And you kind of notice the same thing. And you see that there's like a faint, like, purple glow down the alleyway a little ways.
I'm going down that alley.
I'm going to divert my eyes, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But we at least know where that's coming from.
Wick is like pulled out her journal from when they were in Ilion, because I'm assuming in the time she's probably gone through more than one journal. So she pulls out the journal from Ilion and she's flipping through the pages to look for that symbol that she sketched from when she.
Oh, you definitely did sketch it.
Yeah.
I do remember that. You were not making that up. That is real.
No, that is distinctly a thing Wick did. When I fell
like,
down the stairs.
The like graffiti.
Yeah, there was a graffiti mark. Right, I fell down the stairs right after we bumped into this dude.
Alright,
I distinctly remember
give
that.
me
that's real.
An intelligence check.
Yes.
Let's see.
Non-natural 20.
Okay, yeah. You're able to find the right book, find your notes. You have a lot of them, so it's like you have to remember where it is. But you're able to go through and be like, oh, yeah, looks a bit like this, and you find the symbol, but it's upside down, and so you're able to.
I just flip the book around. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no.
So you watch as Wick goes like, ha.
God damn it.
Drops the book.
I will pick it up.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna keep this in front of me for now,
Sure.
so I remember it. Oops.
Drops the book and.
Wick. Shit. Also, just in case I didn't pick up, I said shit.
Do you want to pan over to me for a second on that?
I feel like that's the perfect
If you want to do something.
Yeah, I was just gonna talk to Sai for a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
So he's like mellowed. You gonna tell us what happened there, buddy? What did you do? Did you drink something that Tonkfa gave you?
You can tell now he's keeping his eyes closed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's holding his head and he starts to like plug one of his ears and.
Did you?
Pain.
I try like yelling something really loud in his direction. Does he react to the sound? Like, okay, so we're looking at like a migraine or something here.
Help.
Bad one.
Is there a window in this room?
Yeah.
Okay, so I go and like open the window so the light shines in and see if that if the bright light.
No effect.
No effect. Okay, so I close it back up. I just kind of lean against the door and I say, well, I'm sure you're happy. Center of attention. Got all of us scrambling around the city to try and figure out how to fix you.
It's broken the process.
You see it. Give me a perception check.
Honestly, of all of us, you probably have the highest intelligence, so this might actually be okay.
13.
You see the ever slight hint of a tiny smile, and then it just goes into pain.
Yeah, Mr. Drama King over there. All right, so let's see. Did you drink something from Tonkfa? Say pain if no, and lines if yes.
Help.
not one of the options. All right, let's try this again. How about, did you eat a plant? A weird plant?
Help.
Still.
Pain.
Okay, no. All right. We're just gonna assume that you're willing to work within my system, which has never proven true before. So first time for everything.
Just shaving him as
Okay. So not a plant. Probably not a Tonkva drink. Did you read something weird?
I forgot the one for yes or no.
Lines.
Lines
honestly,
for yes, pain
gonna-
for no.
Lines for yes.
And or help if he doesn't answer.
Line.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you read something weird. Okay. Okay, that's something.
He's starting to visibly like sweat.
Okay,
Like,
all right,
it's-
just like take a chill pill, buddy. We can pause the interrogation for the moment, and I could just talk at you and tell you how dumb you are, and how I'm really frustrated about the fact that there's nothing I can do about the fact that you're really dumb and got yourself into some weird situation. So, you know, how long has it been that I've managed to keep you alive, which is a miracle?
You can see he's actually starting to get like pain, like a lot of pain now. All of a sudden he's starting to get agitated again. He's just like beads of sweat starting to roll down his face.
Same. Well, okay, fine. That's enough talk for one day. I know listening to me talk is painful for you, so we'll just be in silence for a little bit. It's fine.
Shame.
All right, Valchar.
I assume I start wandering around. Maybe.
That would be up
to
to
me.
you. Yeah.
Oh.
Ryan just he played it. He took off in one
Yeah.
direction. So.
I'm gonna
All I
So
can
sit
Wick-
think of
so
are
you
One
see
Direction
Wick
songs
kind
now.
of you grab your
Yeah, like
temple, drop the book, and just like you just see the demeanor just change in a matter of like a second. And
If only Azanar was here when we had this type of puzzle going on. As a reminder, he solved the last puzzle for the most part.
And I think after a minute, Wick would start walking away, and like not towards her family, like away from where her family would most likely be.
okay, so you start heading deeper into Little Town. Like,
Yeah.
I will
so
follow.
okay.
I will take very mental note of where this is. Actually, I'm going to go up to the lines, and I'm going to try to cast the spell magic there.
Okay. Give me what is it? What was it? The Constitution.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I got-
Wisdom check.
was it a wisdom?
Yeah, well, because
Yeah.
it's his spellcasting.
Right. Well, no, he does the check though, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
It is for each of the fourth level spell or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability, which
Right.
sounds like it's mine. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level.
Right. So tell me what you get.
Oh boy. Spellcasting ability. That's only a plus 3. That's 13? Which is not going to do it,
No.
because otherwise it would have just been auto-dispelled.
Yeah. Ouch. I didn't think about that. You automatically have to get at least a 14 for it to work. Or for it to even attempt to work, yeah.
You see it, like flicker slightly, but stays whole, and Wick's starting to get away.
I was to say, Wick is probably going pretty...
Yeah, it's about 6 seconds, so
I'm going to, make a mental note of where this is and go after Wick,
sure.
so I don't lose her. I'm also trying to not metagame to figure out if that was enough to make him figure that something happened. So.
Are you trying to figure out what happened?
Yeah, like if I because that compared to casting on Psy, because.
Oh, could you tell that it was potentially more effective on the actual thing than it was on Psy?
Yes.
Give me
Intelligence?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
What's
wisdom's
your
his spellcasting.
Yeah, what's your spellcat? It's wisdom.
It's wisdom.
So I will go with wisdom for this.
Okay.
Just knowing how
It's
things
not
work.
any better. It's a 10.
It's the lower DC because you're not looking. You're not trying to fix
I'm not
it.
trying to
You're trying to
stop
see. You're like, oh, this like it didn't do jack against Psy, but this it flickered a little bit.
Something happened.
Yeah, a little bit more than nothing.
Okay. So the point was make a mental note, come back here, and try it again at some point.
When you're not chasing down a tiny gnome.
Yep.
Run away, no!
Except not.
It's.
It's more like.
It's zombies again.
Well, what you all didn't see is Wick actually got bitten and.
Spider gnome.
So where
Invisible vampire.
I'm just gonna let you go.
Yeah, Wick would probably. It's hard to. Complex thoughts would be not to go home. Yeah, she would just go as far away from home as she could while staying in the city.
Sure. So you're following Wick and just keeps deeper into Low Town, and then starts to like cross the main barrier into the other side, deep into Low Town.
So over from the Arcane Alliance.
Right.
Yeah.
To the Order of the Dawn side.
Okay.
So in Low Town, are you kind of like going a little bit quicker?
I think after a certain point I'd slow down a little bit,
Okay.
but it was like the first thought was get
Right. Yeah.
far away,
So.
and then beyond that it was just.
I think at this point he's just trying to see if Wick's going any specific direction. I will roll to figure out if I'm catching on that it's just away
Sure.
from
Yeah.
anything.
Give me intelligence.
No, it's gonna be 9.
I mean, it's not a very hard assumption. I think you can figure out Wick is. You're able to figure out that Wick is going somewhere on purpose. It's not random.
Mm.
She's going in certain ways, but it's all in one direction.
Okay.
Please no.
So I will, if knowing that, I will continue to follow.
Okay. So you get to about I mean, you're at like the border of like the wall, and you're there and just.
I'd probably just like sink to the ground and be like, no.
So you see Wick get to the wall and just.
I will.
I'll let you do it.
I was like, let me ask.
I will crouch down and go. Can you give me any more information?
Hurt.
Not more helpful.
Oh.
Salty caretakers.
Okay. And I can't just leave Wick here.
What you gonna do there, Valchar?
I don't want to be the only one here.
Valchar's like, screw it. I don't want this
See you,
responsibility.
Turns the book upside down.
Goodbye, girl world.
I will probably just sit next to her and see if it wears off.
Okay.
Since we left pretty quickly after Psy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will, yeah. So I'll also continue to keep an eye out on anything around it, kind of more as a safety thing than an investigation.
Sure.
But yeah, to make sure that someone's at least there with Wick.
Okay.
So.
Give me just a perception check of, like,
I was like,
eyeing
please
down
use a different
people.
die.
Well, what was it again?
Perception.
Oh, that's gonna be 17.
You're able to detect some threats and just like I mean, you're a tiefling. It's not like you're kind of an intimidating figure. You're able to kind of stand up if someone's getting too close and scare them off.
Kind of.
Yep.
Nice
you
strong
don't really
arms.
have any problems, but depending on how you'd like to handle it, just be there.
Yeah, I think Wick is just gonna just kind of hunker down and just kind of every once in a while just start.
How far are we away from that inn?
It's probably about halfway across the city. You gotta go back to the arcane side.
Cool. And we're in a low town part of town, so probably not.
You're in probably one of the seediest spots of the low town.
So probably no guards or anything like that.
Dan Char is very uncomfortable right now.
No, this is cool. This is cool. Great. I've got nothing. I have no spells that's gonna help out with this without just leaving Wick. So.
I mean, Wick weighs 40 pounds.
Excuse you!
You might just be able to pick her up. Never
Never mind.
with
I
a
can't
low
be mad about
strength.
that.
With-
I weigh less than 40 pounds.
Uh-huh.
Not with opposing strength checks, because Wick's probably gonna struggle.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, yeah.
I may be tiny, but I'm buff.
Screw it. I will try that. not the pickup, because that's not gonna work. Belcher knows better. We need to go back to Anna and Sai. We can't be separated right now.
Lines.
We know the lines. We know where those are. I can't leave you here. What's the limitations of this thing?
So what do you do?
I'm trying to convince Wick right now to come with me to back to the inn.
I'd say roll persuasion, but it's useless.
Cool. Alright! Come on!
Are you opposing?
No, I don't think Wick would. She trusts Belchar.
So you go to you brace yourself, get ready to just tackle this strong gnome, and you go down to what are you picking her
It
up?
would probably
or
be more like the fireman carry.
Alright, you try to do this, and you're she doesn't fight back like Side did.
Oh.
It means she's
Well, this is a
heavy.
little-
She has a bunch of stuff, but without fighting back.
I
you're
don't
able
even
to-
think I have my full, my bag with me. I would have.
It'd be your armor, that's the big thing.
Yeah, armor and my weapon.
Right.
Doubles your weight.
I mean, yeah, it's still it's heavy, but manageable, and she doesn't fight back.
Triples my weight. My armor is double my weight.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna look weird. Alright, I'm gonna start heading back to the inn.
Sure. You can for time's sake you can make it back without
I'm
any
gonna
issues.
knock on the door. It's Valchar.
Oh. Is Sai, just chilling, or?
Side's just he's calmed a little bit but you could still see a little bit of sweat.
Yeah.
It's like dropping
So
the kids off
I
at
go
daycare.
do the lock, open the door just a little bit, and then shut it immediately.
Something happened.
Oh my god! I
However-
let you guys out of my sight for 2 hours? Whatever it is.
It's been a while, I
a
think.
couple hours, something like that.
However,
What?
I have more information.
Well, I was expecting that to come from the incapacitated one over here, but okay.
So,
Alright.
you remember where we were when Sai tripped and fell and this whole thing started?
Honestly, not really, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Down that alleyway, right? There was some symbols on the wall, which is probably this lines thing that they keep talking about.
He said he read something weird. It's the only concrete information I've gotten out of him this whole time is that, yes, he read something weird.
Well, that seems to be the case, and it doesn't seem to be only on the wall.
What do you
Because Wick has this drawing from Ilian.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
However,
She was really into that graffiti. It was super weird.
yeah. However, she rotated the journal,
Uh-huh.
and that's when.
Okay, did you just rotate the journal?
No, I wasn't holding on to it.
Okay, you
I was,
just did the motion.
I was pantomiming.
And then it's just Anna.
And at the very least, he was more doing the showing.
Okay,
Just-
I gotta make sure
Right,
because
no, I
you
get
did
it.
that.
I'm
So
sorry.
I'm just...
Okay, so
So it does have something to do.
wait,
with-
let me get this straight. So there are symbols in multiple cities that are driving people bananas, and Wick is such a good artist that she transmitted whatever this is through her drawing.
Have you not seen the?
I mean, I've seen
The
some of
flyers?
it, but this is pretty intense. She's literally transmitting like a spell or curse
Hey,
or
this will
something.
be useful to know.
That's some serious like. It's impressive.
Nope. I'm not even gonna risk that. I was gonna try and see if the transposing it was that accurate. But yeah, I'm not gonna risk that.
Well,
So here's the deal. I tried to. There was a faint purple glow coming off of the symbol on the wall.
okay.
I tried to dispel that magic.
Mm-hmm.
More happened there. It still didn't work,
Okay.
but I want to go try again.
So a close but no cigar sort of stitch.
It's kind of what
Okay.
it felt like because there was
Mm-hmm.
there was more reaction from that than there was from Sai when I tried.
Okay.
So, but when Wick got dumb, I don't know how else to explain it.
How the mighty have fallen.
She started running towards the Order of the Dawn.
Okay.
So, and in probably the worst place that we've seen in the town.
Good. Great.
Could not just leave her there.
Definitely like her sort of native location.
So-
Seedy parts of the Order of the Dawn. Great. Good.
Need you to watch them both while
Oh.
I go on it.
I'll stay here in the nut house. That's fine. It's honestly, it's not that different from being in a mercenary group. I mean, you get a little squirrely after a while.
Alright, lock the door behind me.
Yeah. Valchar.
Yeah.
Be careful.
I will.
Okay.
And I'm going to sprint my way to where that is.
Okay. You make it back to where
Quick question for
Yeah.
the DM.
Mhm.
How far of a leap would it be for Wick to think have to go with?
Just give me D20.
12?
If you want to take that, you could.
Wick would try to go with Belchar.
I close the door right after Valchar and lock it. What? Look, we gotta keep you safe. You're running off into places that even Sai doesn't go usually.
Go.
Are they interacting, like, at all? I don't know who to ask here. Are you guys interacting?
Sai is not interacting really with anybody at the moment.
Okay. Hey, Wick. Yeah. Seems we're doing a bang-up job of keeping our wayward souls safe. Great.
Poor Anna.
We can pan away from you now for the moment.
Oh, okay. Voucher.
I'll talk to them in a little bit.
Voucher, you make
Maybe
it to
if
the
Wick didn't
spot.
get out.
Okay.
then-
Yeah.
A little bit later in the day, mid to late afternoon.
So I'm going to read a spell, and you're going to tell me whether or not
Sure.
it's good. I'm going to cast it anyway. But before I even say, I'm going to try to cast Identify on it,
On what?
on the
Ooh.
lines.
Oh, you went to the symbol.
Yeah.
I thought you went to the other thing. Okay.
No. So with this, it's choose one object that you must touch throughout this casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them. Whether it requires attunement to use and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn what spell created it. Now, casting that on the wall.
Right, I get what you're
Yeah.
trying to ask. Okay.
Like I said, regardless, it's going to burn it. Because he's going to try it.
Hold on. Okay. I think I know.
I lost D&D Beyond. Cool.
Alright, so you're gonna
It's in the beyond.
is it a touch?
Yes.
Okay. So as your hand gets the divine energy and you reach out and touch the wall and you see your magic go and like try to embrace and reveal its properties, it doesn't really go through.
Okay.
And then you see a pulse and it swarms back into your hand.
Uh-oh.
And you get a flash in your mind of confusion and chaos and just these weird images. You don't need the card.
Oh.
You do not need the card, but
Woo, chaos! Where I thrive!
it is confusion, it is madness, it is insanity. Just like if you could embody those words and have a vision, that is what you're getting right now. Just these, it just feels incredibly weird, but you're not taken hold of or anything.
Okay.
Right.
This is where the Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
So I have my mind still. It's just I have a bunch of stuff racing through my head.
It was just like a flash of like doom gone.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
And you've never had one of your spells come back at you. Like,
Yeah.
It did.
It's not been fully like rejected.
Right.
It's just not worked usually. Huh. That's new. I'm going to try the same thing I tried before with Dispel.
Okay. Give me a roll.
I haven't rolled greenie yet. Yes! That's going to be, I forget which one. 17 total. Natural 14.
So you go to cast your spell with the divine energy as it leaves your hand and goes towards and hits and just kind of radiates out, and you see the purple turn to nothing. It just, the color then goes away. And then so as you look at it, the markings just all go away, and it just is a straight wall.
Hope that did something. I'm going to make my way back.
Okay. You make your way back.
Yeah, I am just talking at this point to essentially an empty room. It's like, you know what, I bet Valchar is gonna get himself infected, and then we'll never see him again, and then it'll just be me and the two freaking nutters, and locked up in a crappy hotel room. Why didn't I pick a better place? Silence can be bought at any level.
Could have gone to Wick's house, but no.
Wick, I wish you were here incoherent, because you usually can find a solution for this stupid kind of shit that nobody knows about except in these weird books that you read.
I mean, it's pretty true.
And Sai, like, if you were here, you would manage to think of some sketchy thing that nobody's ever done and survived before, and you would somehow find the answer.
Pain.
And I have the...
Lines.
And I can do both of those things, but I can't do either of them as well as either of you.
Shame.
Knock, knock, knock.
Did anything change?
I just got more angry. Close it again. It's fine and good. These are...
So, I successfully got rid of that. Does not look like anything's changed here.
No.
Great.
I'm just starting to go hoarse from talking to a room of dummies.
I guess good news is maybe this stops any new. I don't know.
Cool. Okay, so
Doesn't help us now.
only 50% of us are hurt by it. Great. It's a good thing. Like, nice job.
Sound more
Guess.
sincere.
I don't know what to do. This seems like the weird kind of thing that Wick would have read about in Kellen's stupid books, or a kind of like poison that Sai has used on somebody else. Like, I don't know the answer to this. I don't know how to protect them. I don't know how to bring them back. None of my abilities are helpful here unless you want to know if there's a dragon nearby.
Okay. Is there?
I mean, I can find out. I can sit here for 10 minutes
Yep,
and
you
find
only get 10
out.
minutes.
And tell you whether there's a dragon or a giant nearby. But, like, that doesn't help us. Probably. I mean, I'd be kind of interested if there's... It's nothing. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care if there are any dragons or giants in this area right now because I have bigger problems. I'll get to them eventually. Okay. So, how do we... I mean, they haven't changed. I mean, I've been sitting here with Sai for 5 hours now, and nothing has changed. He's gotten angrier or sweatier, which is kind of gross. Like, he doesn't sweat all that much in real life. And honestly, I never really noticed until now that he's sweating a lot, that he's not a sweaty guy, and this is really gross. He does not wear it well.
A strange thing to notice at this point, but okay.
You know what? You haven't been sitting here staring at him for 5 hours.
Accurate.
And usually he's a better conversationalist than this.
And a snap. Valtre's alone in this world.
I don't know what I did to deserve this.
Well, I can't even get that angry at him. Like, normally if he was acting stupid like this, I'd just, like, smack him. But I feel bad doing that right now,
And
which
I've
is
already done that.
really weird to feel pity for Sai.
We love you, Ryan.
That's right, he's not here to defend himself.
He's not even able to defend himself anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know where we go from here. I mean, the only other thing I can think is if there's some form of, like, healing, like, that's more powerful than what we have. I mean, yours is better than mine, but, like, higher level stuff? I mean, if this is, like, a curse or something like that. I mean, people have been able to cure, like, werewolves before.
I will give that a shot. I don't have much more powerful, but I will try casting Cure Wounds at 2nd level on...
I mean, I can do that too. Look, don't burn your spell. Let me do it. Like, I'm just sitting here literally doing nothing. I will do... I will do, I'll do Cure Wounds at 2nd level on Sai. May I borrow your dry erase marker since Ryan's not here for me to steal his?
There, you heal and you see any wounds would seal up and like the sweat would stop. But there's no other effect.
Have you ever seen a sweaty elf before? It's really gross.
Truth be told, before you guys, I haven't seen many elves in general.
Some of us have all the luck.
So we do have, in case you guys are running out of ideas, I put it up to chat. We have 2 suggestions from chat. One is to go and grab the symbol and show it to them upside down again. And the other is to go to the Alliance. They are mages, and it is in their territory. So in case you guys were...
I mean,
How
I was
did you know?
I was thinking, like, going to a temple or something and seeing if they had, like... Essentially what I'm alluding to is greater restoration, but, like, none of us are going to have that.
Also, forget the whole thing that I said about not having seen many elves.
Oh, okay.
So, didn't say that.
Okay.
Lies and slander, Valtre. Lies and slander.
Well, it was the... I should probably figure out if that's in my backstory at all. Which wasn't a story that I told Wick. So.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think maybe, like, a high-level, like, priest or somebody might be able to help?
Worth a shot, but I don't know. All I know is the one that Wick showed me.
And that's like a shrine. That's not like an established.
She would have shown you a couple other like actual temples. We just would have gone in.
You guys would be able to find some temples.
Then that.
Well,
But you
which
specifically
one
asked
do
about
we
Hermistic, so.
go to? I mean, I don't really have an affiliation.
I mean, there's-
Where do you think we should go?
Bahamut's probably the best one.
Don't you have a temple somewhere?
Nope. At least not that I saw.
You were the weirdest cleric I've ever met. Okay, whatever. Okay, fine. Bahamut, he's a little goody two-shoes for my taste, but
Yeah.
they might actually help us because of it. Can
Grab Sai. I'll grab Wick.
okay.
Sai reluctantly at first, but then follows.
Yeah. I say, I approach him and I say, Sai, I know you're going through a lot right now. I know you're in pain. We're gonna try and help. Okay?
Help.
Okay, we're gonna try and help. Alright.
So, question for the DM. How close is the Bahamut Temple to Wick's home?
I mean, same neighborhood. Right?
The closer we get, the more Wick would struggle.
Okay.
Well,
Alright, so
Good
we...
point.
expect opposing strength checks then.
So I'm like... I think I'm leading Sai, like... I don't know if I'm like kind of grabbing his arm like that, or like on his shoulder or something like that. Like, trying to like maintain physical contact so like I know where he's...
He's stopped fighting.
Yeah.
It seems like he's run out of energy and is just kind of moving along with you and like relaxed but still in pain.
I would go along until like the connection was
Mhm.
made that it was close to home.
Okay, so you guys are probably about a 20-minute walk away. After about 10 minutes, Wick starts to resist you.
Wick, we're going to the Bahamut Temple. We're gonna try and get you fixed.
I'm not like a veterinarian. I'm sorry.
Would they do that here?
The suggestion is to cast Hold Person on Wick.
How dare you!
Oh, that was on Sai initially. If the tackle failed, he was gonna use Whole Person there. So.
I love it when chat's talking and when we're having great
Who
chats
suggested that? That's what I thought. I hate you so much.
Fighting words. All right. Are you got her, buddy?
For now.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess let's keep going. Did she just start resisting?
Yeah, a little bit, but as you get closer, so another 2-3 minutes in, you're probably gonna need to do a closing.
Okay.
I'd say Wick would do a -5 because you're not like no, but you're like I don't
I
really
was gonna
want
go
to.
with the thing at the bottom of it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can still do a -5 too.
Well, you're gonna resist.
Yeah.
What did I have at the bottom? I remember this. I don't remember it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that and a -5
Okay.
for right now.
Sure. Ooh. -2.
Okay.
I won with a 5.
Okay, -5.
So you're able to pull Wick along. About a couple more minutes. You'd say you're about 3/4 of the way there. Probably another check, and this time without the -5.
Without the -5.
Yep. Get a little bit more like I don't
Thanks.
want to do that.
Damn.
That's a 16.
That is the best strength
That
check
is
as far as I've rolled.
8.
Okay. So you're able to know that, but you're like, Daddy Valchar's taking you here.
No.
Yeah, especially not in that tone. That's,
Well, you do how you want.
what I will do is I'll probably get behind and start pushing because that's better leverage.
Okay. So you guys are able to make it to the temple.
As we're walking and I'm watching this, I turn to Sai and I say, honestly, this is probably the first time Wick's been more embarrassing in public than you, buddy. Like, nice job.
Kind of like a cough laugh. Like,
I was like, oh, you are in there somewhere. somewhere. Okay,
Kicks a
that's a
rock
good
at
sign.
So yeah, you guys make it to the temple. You've already seen this nice statue out front.
I'm just gonna yell out help.
You get a few confused looks around.
I will walk Sai up to like the door.
Yeah, it's like a large door that you can just like grab both sides and open up.
Okay, yeah, I'll grab one and I'll say, we need some healing or help or something.
Okay. I suppose I should have prepped this a little bit sooner. All right, so you walk in. Let me find my Bahamut Temple list of people. Where are you? But you walk in and one person greets you. He's like, "Oh, praise be to Bahamut."
Right. Okay. So these two people, something happened to them. I think they've been. I don't know if they're cursed or if some magical effect is on them. We don't know what the problem is, but it just suddenly they were completely different.
They saw what looked like a glyph, and this started happening. The glyph is no more, but as soon as they saw the glyph, this started happening.
Oh.
They're not themselves. This just happened today.
Let me take you to. Oh, wait, no. Oh, let me take you to the. Let me get somebody who can help you with this, and
Thank you.
and he leads you away. He leads you to another a cleric. Kind of looks at you a little bit like, who's this dude? And then he's like, I can't help you, and he points you to the head priest, Uthal. He is a Goliath male, large male in like this very Pope-esque outfit. He is the head cleric at this, and praise be to Bahamut. What can I do?
I try to mimic the thing that I learned in church.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Something seems to have happened to our two friends. Literally today, they completely changed. They're unresponsive. They say they're in pain. We don't know what's happened to them, but I think we need. I don't know if it's a curse or something.
We've seen this a few times. It's been happening more and more often. I can cure this. It will be 90 gold.
Yeah.
Immediately hand that over.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys will hand over 180.
I'll take 90 for Sai, and you got 90 for Wick. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. He
Alright.
Don't even care about bargaining. Like, just do
his
it.
hand charges with this silvery silverish glow, and it just runs down in his hand and then goes back towards the fingertips, and he just touches on the forehead, and you see this wave of silver energy just encompass the entire body, and you see this purplish mess just vanish out.
I assume I don't need that anymore.
Nope.
Thank God.
Don't
Literally!
look at that. Don't look at that glyph again.
And you see him do the same thing again, touch Sai's head, encompasses, and then the purplish go.
Do I remember?
Give me an intelligence check at disadvantage.
I think Sai is +2 for intelligence.
Intelligence, that's only an 8.
Neither you nor Sai, you guys remember being in pain a lot and seeing weird flashes of lines in your mind, and
But like I don't remember anything that was said to me or around me.
not really. I mean, you like bits and pieces, but it's really like a haze. Like you were like severely drunk. You know, like some things you remember a little bit, and it's like, did that actually happen? I don't know. So.
Okay.
Do you think they can turn Sai into a normal person too?
Oh God! If only they could do that to you.
Yeah, he's back.
Yep. That's Sai.
It'll get better. It'll get better. Just give it time.
I look at the priest and I say, thank you so much.
Do you know what's causing this or what it is?
We haven't been able to identify. It's becoming more and more rampant around the city.
What did you
Nope.
just use?
There is a glyph that we found in an alleyway. Once people saw the glyph was when this started happening.
Interesting.
Wait, didn't you see it? How did you not?
What happened was when Wick was comparing, when she flipped it upside down, was when.
Wait. Sai fell, and then he got all weird. Is it an upside down? Like, fell.
Well, right now it's no more. It's gone.
Where's...
I have it. I will reluctantly hand it over.
So you guys don't remember anything?
Not really.
How are you being a big jerk
There it is.
about it?
Yeah, well, I mean, you were pretty useless, even more than normal, so.
At least I was still more helpful than you.
Oh, burn! I'm glad you're back, Sai. Jerk face and all.
I'm trying, Ryan. Not as good at this as you.
But bottom line, neither of them, like, remember anything.
Wick has a drawing of the glyph, but I'm afraid that the magic is also in that drawing.
That's very strange.
Right? She, like, she copied a glyph that was in Ilion.
Can you show the emotions for one of the clerics come over? Can you show the...
Yeah, just don't turn it upside down.
So the other cleric goes. Is the nod no?
There are a lot of people who have been affected by it.
Yes, we've seen this. We don't know what it is or what it does, but it seems to be having more people affected every day.
I will also start explaining what visions I was seeing when I cast Identify on it.
Okay.
I tried to figure out if this was a spell or anything, but this is what I saw.
This sounds like some sort of magic beyond any individual, more powerful too. If it was an alien, as you say, and it's here, there's some sort of major disturbance happening.
And it's broken.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry.
Mercer, I understand you. We're basically brothers.
Yeah, if this is in multiple cities, I thought this was just some wizard or someone who was just trying to mess around with people, but if what you're saying is true, that's very concerning.
He goes over, you can kind of hear a deep, like, baritone, but you don't hear the words. You know how you hear somebody with a high, deep voice, and the cleric goes over to you and goes, may I see that? He grabs it. And you just see his eyes, like, glaze over and like a poof of, like, purple.
You gotta be better at or worse at copying down things, apparently.
And he starts to...
Did you use some of your magic when you drew?
Didn't have magic at that point.
The high
Maybe it was in
priest
you all
reaches
along.
down and touches quickly. He had it ready, and the cleric just... Well, whatever this symbol is, it has some significant meaning.
That's what it seems like.
Will, please, can you copy that down over here? And yeah,
I can do that.
the clerk who got mind after is like back to it pretty quickly. He wasn't affected very long, and he grabs it, and then you give them a sketch. And
The people that you notice that have been affected by this, do they... I mean, we saw them wandering around and mumbling and sometimes bumping into people.
Some were
but
aggressive, some were less.
are they
are they doing anything? I mean, like, is this some weird sort of army building? Like, what do you think is the goal here?
Side pipes up. Did you feel it kind of felt like we were like looking for something, but I don't really know
Yeah.
what.
Kind of.
It felt like there was a place to be, but I didn't know
Where?
anything about it or where to go.
Yeah.
And that's why I always wanted to keep going and moving.
It sounds like there is an army that's being gathered.
Is anybody doing anything to help the people?
Well, we have some people looking into this madness. Madness in a city isn't that uncommon, but there's been a large spike recently.
I never noticed. At least not at this volume. I never noticed it before.
Well, we've never known about this symbol. We're gonna look into it. And he walks over and starts gathering some other clerics.
Was there somebody
Paladins.
that wanted you to find this thing? Did you get any feel for that at all?
Not really.
No, it was hard to think.
Yeah, I couldn't focus on anything or really understand most of what you were saying.
Yeah.
That might be for the best.
Do I also get a strange feeling that I'm not exactly wanted in there?
You get a few looks, but I don't think it's like completely obvious.
Okay.
It's not like you're like, hey everybody, I'm this. You know, it's just like the clear. It's not like you're. It's not like
You're being
evil.
noticed,
Right.
maybe, but not
Right.
necessarily malevolently.
It's not like anybody's like, what are you doing here?
Right.
It's like, sorry,
It's
people come in here all the time, like, but it's like somebody not of this, you know.
That makes sense.
I think Wick is going to tear the page out of her journal with the sketch.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to fold it in half, and then she's going to take just like a pen or something, and she's going to mark so that she knows
Yes.
which side.
This side up.
Yeah.
Wait, do you make yourself one of the little, like,
No, cootie
No, 'cause
catchers?
that could,
No.
Yeah,
that could be upside down. Just like, oh, no, that's upside down.
And I'm crazy again. And then she's going to fold it up again and stick it in her pocket, and then she's going to take her journal and put it in the...
You know, I bet you Tonfa could find somebody who would sell that as a drug.
Or we could use it
Army, though.
against people who we can't fight normally.
Wow. Well, okay.
I mean...
That means strong enemy for army that we'll probably have to fight later.
That's,
But
I gotta say, that's kind of brilliant, but a little ruthless coming from you.
and dumb now.
Where you just like, screw you.
We go, she's thinking about the black tiefling that almost killed them. The dragon. Wham! It's like, oh god! Basically pulling a Hercules and Medusa type thing with this thing.
I actually did have a good idea pop up from chat. A moment after the high priest comes back over. Would you mind showing the symbol to me?
And if you go crazy, who fixes you?
I have plenty here.
I take it out of my pocket, open it, and then
You see it kind of flashes purple again, and you see the eyes coat over and just, and it goes back and it comes out as if being rejected, and you see this large Goliath and just drop to his knee.
Did you kick him in the junk?
Like I could reach.
headbutt maybe.
Ooh.
And
It's a terrifying image.
and you see as he drops to the ground, like his robe kind of gets disheveled, and you see like very large muscles. This is a very built individual, very powerful.
little envious.
But he raises and looks with his normal eyes. This is incredibly powerful, but it doesn't affect everyone.
I am amazed by what I just saw.
This is incredibly dangerous, and we must act to figure it out. He rises to his to his feet again, towering over all of you.
I can
Adjusts
tell you.
his little hat.
I can tell you that these symbols can be dispelled. I was able to dispel that.
Yeah, he motions. He says, "Gather everyone. What did you use?
I used the dispel magic spell.
Scour the city. Find all symbols.
Oh. Yeah,
Spell all the
another
symbols
one.
in the city.
We know there's at least another one.
Cover that."
Just not maybe not in the city.
And you see them run around gathering multiple clerics, and now life is kind of going, and you know that this guy says to do something, they do it, and lots of clerics start to kind of move around, and paladins, and even fighters and stuff, just all sorts of people, and they just a bunch of them start exiting and whatnot. And I think that's probably actually a good time to take our break. So we will be back probably 5 minutes or so, and that was your suggestion, Vinny. That's why I did it.